South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
Start us off.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving them some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long... There he goes! Smashes through the tackle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for a loss the previous play. They give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Now the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Defense looks as if it's coming. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Oh, he's going to go up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got his man on the right. He is not going to get there. Stopped short the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. They want to run this quarterback, and they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Hauls it in. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. The screen, and watch out. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can bring. Is why now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Gives it on the option. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Offense changing the play. Off the play fake. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top of the pick.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Quick completion to the right.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. To the air, it's Sellers. Fires to the middle. That's reeled in, it's Brown. He's into the open down the middle. The 20, the 10, touchdown Gamecocks. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling, and you've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they could not have finished with more style. An 86-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. He's got an open man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
Gets it out quickly. They stop him just a leap or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Handoff from the gun. And he's still running after the move. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Manning. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Gibson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The play-action fake. Here comes the heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
But when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll take a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. Snags it on the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Gamecocks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting down the ground.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And the Gamecocks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be 4th down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. He'll set up to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I like the decision to go for it. I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's the handoff. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Looking for space. It's Gibson. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass, they